Shemel Shai. Yahweh Shemel Shai.
So special.
Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh.
And whatsoever you shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If you shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Alright, this is an article. I'd seen a post from it that I believe it was a video that a brother did that the elder Yahshua had posted. Okay, so I found the article, read into it a bit. Alright, and it's interesting that this information is coming out now. Okay, seeing as we've been talking about things like this, this doesn't come as a shock, but it's just more proof of what we've been saying. Alright, and there's more reason for you to walk circumspectly. Okay, because even though, as we're going to read in this article, they make certain claims here and there about what exactly the Pentagon's secret army does and where exactly they mainly focus, we know, alright, their true intentions. Okay, and we know that there's with the level of a threat that they deem we are to them and their society, because we teach the scriptures. Of course, they got agents. Not when I believe it's in the Project Megiddo. It tells you, all right, they have agents sent out to infiltrate different groups. All right, now there's a TV show called Imposters, I believe, and when you watch that, you can sort of get an idea of how these agents work. Where they're able to literally become anybody, all right, and they can infiltrate your personal life so seamlessly that you wouldn't even, unless the spirit is with you, you would never know. All right, from the lady that works at the the new employee that works at the coffee shop or the bodega or wherever it is, that you might go to. They know what, they know how to get you. He's into these kind of women. I'll send a woman that looks like that as an agent, and let her infiltrate his life via school or work or whatever it may be. Nonetheless, let's read this. So it says, Pentagon uses world's largest secret army of 60,000 undercover operatives to carry out domestic and foreign operations. All right. It says the U.S. military operates a vast network of soldiers, civilians, and contractors that it uses for clandestine missions, both at home and abroad. Newsweek has claimed, adding that the force also manipulates social media. Okay. Now, when you look up this word here, all right, it goes into being a secret, okay, being undercover. All right, let's hear it.
Clandestine.
Right, so clandestine, and it says here kept secret or done secretively, especially because illicit. All right, so it's covert. All right, and they have soldiers, they have civilians, and these different contractors. Okay. And so that's why the scriptures talk about walking circumspectly, not as fools. All right, because hey man, there might be people who you might associate with now, all right, who you may very well know that could be agents, and we warn you about that. Okay, they infiltrate camps, they pose as brothers, they infiltrate your personal lives, they pose as people that you may know outside of the truth, and they're there monitoring you. All right. Making sure that their cover doesn't get blown, but to really gather intel and information, to hear what you say, to listen to your phone conversations, all of that. It says after a 2-year investigation, the outlet reported that the undercover army consists of around 60,000 people many of whom use fake identities to carry out their assignments. See? So they do this. This is real. It says the Pentagon's agents operate in real life and online. All right, aka keyboard warriors. So not everybody that pulls up, says shalom, okay, is sincere. A lot of them are just really good agents. It says the Pentagon's agents operate in real life and online, with some even embedded in private businesses and well-known companies. All right, and that's literally how the elites work. This is just an example on a lower level. Okay, but on a global scale, that's how these elites work. All right, now you may have applied for a job at a particular area, and they'll set up an agent at that particular area in a place, like it says, embedded, all right, in these well-known companies. And then next thing you know, you might not even expect it, but then you'll get a call back. Oh yeah, we're willing to hire you. You can come work with us. You can come work for us. We'll keep a closer eye on you. It says the massive. Hey, now this doesn't mean go get all paranoid. Oh man, damn. What I'm saying? My neighbors are agents. My parents are agents. My cat is an agent. My car might be a transformer. No. Because at the end of the day, guess what? It doesn't matter what or who is an agent. Whatever you're going to hear to us, if you're sincere, whatever they're going to hear you say in secret, you're going to already say out loud. All right. And what I mean by that is concerning the things that they really want to catch us saying. Guess what? Go on YouTube. You'll find out everything. Everything you want to hear is there. We don't hide it. Everything. If you're trying to, they're saying that God is gonna do this and do. We go more in depth on it via YouTube. If you want to find out, you can go right there. Subscribe, leave a like, comment. So at the end of the day, we know that these things are gonna come, but we know that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is gonna protect us either way, because your agents are not. They cannot outslick the Most High. They cannot outsmart His angels. They cannot. They're not omnipotent. They can't do shit. All right. They could gather as much intel as they want and report back to you, and then you set a whole coalition against us. But so what? To what avail is that gonna do? You gonna come in, the Most High is gonna lift up a standard, and what's that gonna do for you? We're already waiting. All right. So it says here, the massive program, unofficially known as signature reduction, is reportedly 10 times the size of the CIA's clandestine service, making it the largest undercover force of the world, or undercover force the world has ever known. Newsweek claimed, but the true scale and scope of the Shadow Army remains a closely guarded secret. No one knows the program's total size. The Congress has never held a hearing on the military's increasing reliance on signature reduction. There appears to be very little or no transparency regarding the massive clandestine military force, even as its continued development challenges U.S. laws, the Geneva Conventions, the Code of Military Conduct, and basic accountability, the outlet said. All right. And that's why they do it secretly, because a lot of the things they do, if it was made public, there would be a public uproar or outcry against it. But yet they're allowed to do these things in secret. Okay, but try as you might, whatever counsels you may have, Micah 2:1, whatever crafty counsels and devices and iniquity that you've plotted upon your beds, you may try to practice it. Okay. But it's not gonna avail to anything. Okay. And it's not a long article. I'll leave the link in the description so you can check it out for yourself. As you read, they tell you how they're mainly focusing on Russia and Iran and these different areas, but they also mention domestic as well. And they don't go into details on that, but come on now, we know exactly who they have. All right, because actually, let's see. There was something interesting I saw on here. I want to just find it real quick. All right, yeah, they're on the internet as well. Keyboard warriors. okay, as well as manipulating social media. So you want to be careful, all right, what exactly you're doing, let's see. There was a part that it mentioned about terrorists, all right, them keeping an eye on terrorists, or something along there. Wait, did I just see it? It just escaped me, but in the article you'll see it. When you read it, you'll come across it. All right, they mentioned that, which, all right, it's no surprise because they have us on that watch list anyway. But we're these big bad boogeymen who just read out the Bible every week, right? Every time we just go and stand in an area. We don't even go bother people. We just stand in a nice area where we don't get bothered. All right, so we can read the Bible and teach in peace. But we're these big bad boogeymen that you need a whole secret army to infiltrate and all of that. Well, hey, good luck. All right. So now this is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 15. It says, "See then that ye walk circumspectly." All right, meaning to look all around, meaning be aware. All right, have your spidey senses on. Okay, don't just walking around. You walk everywhere, you go everywhere, you do anything. Somebody asks you to do something and you don't even think about what they're asking or who it is. You just go ahead and do it. No, I got a good heart. I'm a good person. I just do it. No. All right. Walk circumspectly. Know who you associate with. All right. Be mindful of what you say, the actions you do. Live your regular life, but be cautious, use wisdom. As it says, not as fools, not as being ignorant, okay, but as wise. All right, knowing where and when you should be at a certain place. All of these things, all right, are important, as verse 16 says, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Because there are snares everywhere that are being set, all right, that are set not only by Esau, Edom, but by these demons as well. These demons are trying to get you spiritually. Esau's trying to get you physically. Okay, so you got to be circumspect. All right. So moving on, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5, verse 15. It says, "Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or small." And why not? Because there may be something that may seem small at first, and you may just say, all right, whatever, I'll just let it slide. All right. But just like a little match, a tiny flame could turn into a big fire. It could really burn down a whole house. All right, if it goes unchecked, a little leak, right? That comes one drop at a time, one drop at a time, one drop at a time. If that's not checked, eventually that could really fill up a whole bucket if you just leave one drop at a time. So if you think, well, this is just small, this is minor, it's whatever, I let it slide, all right, and you become ignorant of it, guess what? That thing could turn around and do harm to you. All right, it could be detrimental to you. All right, so don't be ignorant of anything in a great matter or in a small. All right, and remain spiritual. All right, so this is the book of Luke 20 and 19, because this isn't new. They've done this, and if they did this to our Lord, do you not think that they would do it to us? All right, it says in the Luke 20 and 19, "And the chief priests and the scribes the same hour sought to lay hands on him," who? Yahushua. All right, so they wanted to kill Yahushua. It says, "And they feared the people, for they perceived that he had spoken this parable against them." Now, you got to understand that just in society, you cannot just go and kill somebody or hurt somebody just because you don't like them. All right, you need a reason. You need to be justified. Right now, these people are not looking to read the scriptures and say, well, how can I justify slaying these men according to the scriptures? Because there's no way. So what do they try to do? They try to make it look justifiable in the eyes of the public, so they can promote as much damage control as possible and reduce as much chaos and uprisings and revolts as possible. All right. So in doing that, what do? They first demonize. Okay. And once they have enough of the public to believe in their propaganda, that gives them the justice and the go ahead to say, yeah, see how bad these people are? Now let us go get them. All right. So they sought to lay hands on Yahushua, but they couldn't just go ahead and do it. So what did they do? Verse 20. And they watched him, because let's say they just came up and grabbed you, and all you did was read. You're just reading the Bible. They just come up and grab you and arrest you. What you think people? Why are you arresting him? You know, why is he a criminal? What did he do? What law did he break? All right, because you can't just arrest somebody. What did they do? And what are you gonna tell them? Oh, they're reading the Bible. Oh, they're speaking things from the book that's, it's against my kingdom. That's not valid. You need to find a way where when you cuff somebody, you put cuffs on them, you could present something. Oh, this is what they did. This makes them a criminal. All right. So it says, verse 20, and they watched him and sent forth spies. So they watched him, and then they sent spies, which should feign themselves just men. That's what they do. A job of a spy is to be stealthy so you don't catch them. All right. And if they were caught, then they wouldn't really be a good spy. Okay, so they what's the word I'm looking for? They for lack of a better word, they come into your life, okay, and they feign themselves just men. It says, and that they might take hold of his words, that so they may deliver him onto the power and authority of the governor. And that's exactly what these people want to do. All right. And you may think, well, the Pentagon and a secret army, you think they're going to do all that just for you? Trust and believe, man. If you understood and knew the perspective they have of us and how serious they are concerning what we're doing, you'd understand that this right here is very well realistic enough, man. Okay. And it's not something that they're about to do. It's something they've already been doing. They've been doing it for years. All right. If not, they wouldn't have had us in documents. All right. As a black supremacist group and all this, that, and the third. Okay. Well, they even brought it up, and I think it was in the Senate or in one of their congressional speakings or hearings, about the quote unquote black Hebrew Israelites and all of that. So we already know. Okay. So with that, I'm ended here, Lord willing. This was edifying unto the elect. As the scriptures say in Ephesians 5, walk circumspectly, man. All right, not as fools, but redeeming the time because the days are evil. All right, and always pray. All right, so with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kudash. Until next time, Shalom.